Hey guys, Rustin here. This is going to be a short video. This is just going to explain what is currently New Frontiers legal and what is going to be New Frontiers legal come November, when the new cluster starts, when the first set for that new cluster is released. This is just going to be a informative video for maybe new players or returning players who might not know about the New Frontiers format and how rotation works. So this is Rustin's rotation reminder. To start things off, Alice Origins started in 2019, and this is all the products that came out for Alice Origins. We have the Faria starter deck, we have the Melga starter deck, and then we have Alice Origins 1, the little booster box. So that came out November of 2019. Then the next set that came out was Alice Origins 2, which came with the Priscia star deck and the Valentina star deck. We have Alice Origins 3, which did not come with any star decks, but we also had Ghost in the Shell releasing around the same time, and alongside Ghost in the Shell, we also had a Ghost in the Shell star deck. Then lastly for Alice Origins, we have Prologue of Autoractia, which some people, including myself, called it Alice Origins 4, or AO4, AO1, 2, 3, 4, but yeah, that's Prologue of Autoractia. So this all here is Alice Origins. This is the Alice Origins cluster. Starting off in Saga Cluster, in November of 2020, we had the Epic of the Dragon Lord. We have the Magic Stone War 0, which is a great set. Bunch of powerful cards came out in there. I'm calling it right now, 6 Sage Stone. It's gonna be a staple for its whole life. Then next, I know this was a side-by-side release. They released on the same day as what I mean. We had for a main set, we had Assault into the Demonic World, and then we also had Rebirth of Legend, which was a mini set. And lastly, the set that released just recently, we have the 7th, which came out around the end of August. So a good rule of thumb as far as when something will rotate out, you want to look at the cluster's first release set. So this came out in November of 2019. All clusters, they have a 2-year lifespan. So all of this right here, all of Alice Origins, its 2-year lifespan is going to be ending in November of this year when the new set comes out. Now as for Saga Cluster, November 2020 is when the first set for the cluster came out. Now this cluster's lifespan, once again, 2 years. So this is going to be rotating out in the year of 2022, specifically November 2022. Now, let me show you what is going to be New Frontiers legal come November when the new set comes out. November 2021 is when the new cluster is going to be starting. The cluster is called Dual Cluster. The first set for Dual Cluster coming out is Game of Gods. Alongside Game of Gods will be 2 star decks. We have the Tails star deck, and then we have the Villains star deck. This new cluster that is coming out, this will be rotating out in the year of 2023, specifically, I shouldn't say specifically November now that I think about it, because they could release the first set of a new cluster in December or something. It's changed before. It used to be in December, but now it's in November, so it could change. More than likely, it's going to be in November. Alright, well, I hope that explained things. So, come November of this year, when this set comes out, all that you see right here is going to be New Frontiers legal. Epic of the Dragon Lord, Magic Stone War 0, Assault into Demonic World, Rebirth of Legend, the 7th, Game of Gods, Star Deck Tails, and the Villains Star Deck. All this right here, everyone that bought into Saga Cluster, you're good until next year in November. Next year of November is when this all rotates out. Now I know what you're thinking. What am I going to do with all my Alice Origins cards? Am I going to burn them? Sell them? Just throw them in the trash? I wouldn't recommend it. Alice Origins was a fun set. It wasn't the most draftable set. It still had a fun mechanic with the strangers. And the Regalia, that was pretty cool. Now, there's other formats. There's the Eternal format Wanderer, so those cards would be legal there. There's some fan formats like Genesis and Epic Stories, which are singleton formats. Personally, I lean towards Genesis, just because there's less deck restrictions, but you can still kind of like make a theme deck and stuff. There's also just cluster format, which in that format, you can just play with cards that were only released in a certain cluster. There's also the format Conqueror, which is like Wanderer, except it has a slightly different ban list. Well, that just about does it, guys. Short video, just a little info dump. Hopefully, if you're a new player or a returning player, this helps clear things up a bit for you. Just giving my little 2 cents here. If you're a brand new player, highly recommend buying into the new set. Like if you're not buying to Force of Will at all and you've been holding off to get the most bang for your buck, there's starters again, which is awesome. So there's a cheaper alternative. Or you could try to get a pre-release kit for this, which will have a bunch of like goodies like promos and playmats and stuff. But yeah, I highly recommend buying into Force of Will at the start of a cluster. You will get the most bang for your buck for your cards. Alright, well, have a good night. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.